Broadcasting to Stoke-on-Trent and the world. This is Six Towns Radio.
Right, it's time for a guest on Six Towns Radio. We have, from Evita, Madalena Alberto on the line. Hello, Madalena. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, Terry. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really, really good. Excited. You're coming up to Stoke-on-Trent very soon. Are you excited about that?
I am. It will be my first time touring in Stoke, so I haven't been to the theatre yet. And we're coming quite to the end of our 6-month tour. So we're all quite buzzing, you know, and everywhere we've been, we just cherish it so much. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that the audiences will enjoy it as much as we do. Yeah,
the show's been going nearly 40 years, and it's one of the big, massive musicals, and so many people love it. What is your favourite part of the musical?
That's really hard. The musical, for my character, is a roller coaster. It's like, once you're on it, you know, there's no way to escape it. And so I don't really see things as like individual, you know, blocks, but as one huge, you know, block of the curve of the character. But I do love particularly the last 15 minutes of the show. The writing is so beautiful, and it just describes so well how vulnerable we can be as human beings, you know, when we face news that we might be dying, and so I just think the music as well as the lyrics are so beautiful that it gives me a lot of pleasure to perform every night.
It's such a demanding role, the one of Evita, and there's so many costume changes, wig changes. It must be fun, but at the same time, so much hard work.
Yeah, I have actually 18 costume changes in the period of the 2 hours of the show, which is a lot. Some of them take seconds. And the first time I had to do it in our dress run, I was generally worried of how I was going to cope with it. But you know what? Our bodies and brains just, you know, adapt so easily, and now I don't even think about it. So it's very demanding vocally, so we have to spend a lot of time, you know, making sure that I'm healthy and I look after myself to be able to cope with it, and emotionally as well, and physically. But I've got the help of a wonderful company, and in terms of my costume changes and wig changes, I've got the constant support of Stevie and Lisa, who are my wiggies and dressers. So yeah, it becomes like a game, you know. It's a whole other show backstage. It's a whole choreography going on.
It'd be interesting to watch that.
Yeah, this should be like a documentary or something, because it's actually really amusing and entertaining to see what goes on backstage as well.
And you star alongside Marti Pellow, no stranger to anyone in the UK, of course, as an actor and as a musician. Were you a Wet, Wet, Wet fan at all?
He was definitely a stranger to me, which made it a lot of fun. Especially when we started to get to know each other. I had heard he is a pop singer, and that was it, because I didn't have much time. From the moment I got the job until I began rehearsals, it wasn't that long. So I was just focusing on learning the material. You know, I didn't even go and research who Marty was. So it was really good fun. We got to rehearsals, and I was a bit worried about understanding what he said. But now he's like my brother. We just have such an amazing time. Backstage. It's really, really, I cherish very much his support and the support he gives to the whole company. He's a very committed and passionate man, and he works so hard, so it's inspiring to everyone.
Yeah, and he's got a great sense of humour as well. I suppose that can help backstage as well.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if many people know, but he's got so many different accents. He's very talented at doing accents, and so he makes me laugh all the time, me and whoever you know he spends time with. He's a very special man with a lot of stories to tell, because he's lived so much. And he's lived through all, you know, the big times and maybe the rougher times. And he's come out of it on the other side. And so it's wonderful to spend time with someone who can tell about reality of the business. And Yeah, we all cherish him very much.
Yeah, he's seen the highs and lows, but he's always got a big smile. He's got the biggest smile I've ever seen.
Yeah, he knows it as well, which makes it even funnier. No, but he's a kind man, very kind.
Is it a musical that you'd seen before you were actually a part of it?
No, no. You see, because I grew up in Lisbon. I'm from Portugal, so I didn't grow up with musicals.
Yeah.
My knowledge wasn't, I'm afraid to say, still is a little bit limited. And I'd never seen it live, and I'd heard. In fact, I think I'd only knew "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." And when I got offered the part, I went on YouTube and started looking at people's performances, and I watched Patti LuPone sing one of the songs, and I just went, I can't do this. I can't watch other people do it because it scared me so much. And I didn't think I'd be able to do it because it all seemed so hard. And so from very early stages, I think I watched one or two videos of Elena Rogers, who did it recently, and Patsy, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was done. I was like, okay, I need to find it in myself without the pressure of who has come before and how amazing they were, so that was kind of my approach.
Yeah, it's a great role, and of course the most famous, but not necessarily the best take on it was by Madonna.
Yeah, I did watch the movie because that was very interesting to know how they would make it. You see, to me, making a musical in movies and theater is obviously very different. But for me, the truth of this has to be the same.
Yeah.
So how to make the role so truthful that will work both good in film and in the theater. And I actually think Madonna did a really good job. We can't really compare to like big, kind of takes on it like Patti LuPone with huge voice, Broadway voice. But I think she did well, and I think the movie, it was quite different. Musically, it was very different. A lot of the songs were taken down, and they were seeing a different approach, but I think for what it is, I think she did a really, really good job.
Okay, well, we look forward to coming to Stoke, and I hope you have a great time while you're here, but thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you. I hope you get the chance to come and see us.
Yes, I will do. I'll come say hello. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.